From the vacation capital of the world, it's the Nick Carioti Show.
Now, one of the most important tools I always stress to my students is training, of course. I mean, that's first and foremost before anything else. When they start talking about money, I stop them immediately and get back on training. So could you tell our listeners a little bit about your training program and how it's designed and what it's designed to do? And I know you don't want to give away the farm there, but just a little bit so people understand where you're headed with that.
Sure. Well, let me start by saying our training program lays the foundation for success in a highly productive career. Mm-hmm. We also have several specific training programs, but start with the Fast Start. We have a Fast Start training program that is a 2-week total immersion, high-intensity training program that consists of classroom training, field training, and homework. You know, it takes a lot of work to go through the Fast Start, but it's only a 2-week program.
Right.
And we put so much information into those new people in the first 2 weeks, and we work with them so closely that it is designed to generate business for them within the first 2 weeks. In our Fast Start training program, a lot of the agents come to me during the program because they haven't got the experience yet, but they come and say, Bill, what am I going to do? I got so much business going on. I don't have time for training. You know, and I say, no, you don't have time not to go to training because it's the training that generates all that productivity.
Sure.
Anyway, so that's our Fast Start, designed to generate business with a new agent within the first 2 weeks. You know, the other day, can I have a sidebar? Mm-hmm. Okay. The other day, I interviewed an agent that had his license with another company for over a year. Yeah. And he told me in over a year, they never took them under a wing to actually show them what to do and how to do it. And over a year, he had no productivity. We don't let that happen to our agents.
Sure.
I mean, that's a sad thing to happen.
It is.
Anyway, so that's our Fast Start. Mm-hmm. Then we have a basic training program that is a 30-session training program that deals with all the aspects of real estate so that when they finish that, they really have the confidence to go out and generate business by themselves.
Right.
Then they don't really need the hand-holding anymore. Mm-hmm. After 30 more training sessions, the Fast Start and 30 more training sessions, they've got it down pretty well.
I would imagine, yeah.
And then what happens is we want the people to, if they want to enter the next level of training program, which is our mentorship training. Mm-hmm. We want them to learn how to help other people become productive. And what we find is when the agents actually enter that training program and they start helping other agents, that's when they truly take their skills to the next level.
Absolutely.
When they start helping other people become more productive. Mm-hmm. After the mentorship training program, we have an advanced training program. Mm-hmm. And our advanced training program takes productivity to a whole new level. This is one-on-one coaching.
Yep.
And with one-on-one coaching, it fine-tunes your skills and techniques and generates productivity that's anywhere from 2 to 10 times the national average of productivity.
Wow.
One-on-one coaching and the accountability and the training and the development of the skills really makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Then after that, we have a real estate investor training program, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
This takes people that want to buy and sell real estate as principals. Mm-hmm. You know, we would like all of our real estate agents to become real estate investors. Not only do we want them to make those $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 real estate commission checks, we want them to make the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 profit checks that come from actually owning and selling real estate.
Sure.
As principals. Mm-hmm. So that's our real estate investor program, that 15-week training program that goes through every aspect of investing with every type of real estate from every different source.
Right.
Then for those people who want to get involved in the management and take their skills to another level, we have management training. We have a program of Train the Trainer, how to be a coach, and how to help other people succeed.
Right.
So our management training program takes it to the next level, not only of helping and managing, but we don't want people that just want to be a boss.
Right.
We want people that have got the right attitude and the philosophy of helping people grow. But in our management training program, we take them to the point where they could become a sales manager, assistant sales manager, general manager, or maybe even become a broker and open their own real estate office.
Sure.
We teach them how to do all of that develop a profitable organization.
Very nice.
So that's some of our training without going into a whole lot of detail. If you want to get any more detail, I would be glad to do that with you, but that's pretty much of an overview.
Yeah, wonderful. No, it gives a very nice overview because it describes the different levels that you have. And a lot of companies out there don't have multiple levels of training. You got the training, 3 to 4 weeks, whatever it is, and then you're kind of on your own from there. So to have those different levels so people know that they can take it, and kick it up a notch as they go or take it as far as they want to go and ultimately wind up owning their own business as well, that's pretty phenomenal. I get asked questions like that all the time. And of course, when you have somebody who's just getting their license and they're talking about owning their own company, deep inside, I have a little chuckle to myself like, okay, well, you're ready for the race car and you just got your permit,
Yeah.
But I like those goals. I like that ambition. I like that motivation. So, we nurture that as well. We let them understand absolutely it's all possible, of course, and it is. But to be in the right place at the right time and to get this kind of training. So I'm happy to hear that you have these different levels. That's wonderful. Very good. Very good. All right. Now, I find that, many real estate professionals who I talk to, students especially, they're extremely fixated on the money aspect of joining a company, but what I like to tell them is, focus on the training and support, of course, of the office. With the right training and support, the money will simply come. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the training and support that makes the difference.
Sure.
It's the teamwork of everybody working together toward a common purpose and a common goal that really makes the difference. So when you're looking for a real estate company, don't focus on the commission split or the money aspect of it.
Exactly.
Focus on the training and the support that company is going to provide for you, and ask yourself, is this a company that you can see yourself working with long term?
Right.
Is this a company that would provide what you need to get started and build your real estate career?
Exactly.
I was talking to a trainer the other day for another real estate company, and the trainer was telling me that they have lots of different classes they go to. Matter of fact, all the companies that you talk to will tell you they've got the best training program in the industry. I mean, everybody does, and every training program has great content. And they really do have some great training material. But how do you take that content and apply that content to generate productivity? That's the key.
Sure.
So when you talk to a company about their training and support, ask them, how do they take their training and actually go generate business with that?
Right.
I would say that would probably be one of the most important parts.
Sure.
So don't worry about the money. The money will come.
Yeah.
Just worry about getting started and get off on the right foot. Create that foundation for a highly productive career.
Exactly. Which simply means join the right company, get with the right people, make sure they have the support that they're going to give you and stand behind you with that.
Yeah, I could suggest one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you can. Well, you talked about that story where you spoke with a gentleman who was at another office who had no productivity for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I've run into that a lot over the years. A lot. I try to stay in touch with my students. I try to steer my students in the right direction as far as making sure they talk to a lot of people and they join the right company to start. There's nothing worse than joining the wrong company and then floundering for a year with their license. Yeah. Most of those people, when they come to the end of that first year, if we haven't heard about this, they just put their license aside and figure, I guess it wasn't for me, which is really a shame. Because it could be for everybody. There's no reason why it wouldn't be. There's so many different levels of how to do real estate. 100 different niches or specialties in this industry. They could be as passive or as passive as just referring, or as aggressive as owning your own office. So many different levels. I always get sad when I hear that somebody fizzled out of the business before they had a chance to even get started in the business. But it all comes down.
Since we're on the training topic, even when you look at companies that are big and highly successful, when I did a market analysis, I found out there was a company, big company, that 130 agents in that company that had their license and were active, only did one transaction for the entire year.
Wow.
To me, that's just sad.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
So we don't let that happen to our agents.
No,
we are really concerned about the individual agent and help them become productive.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. And again, the importance of that first sale. We're going to talk about that in a few moments as well. I think it's important that they see that result as quickly as possible, so they don't get discouraged.
I agree.
It motivates them. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
Now, on that note, when we talk about support, and we talked about, I heard you mention the mentoring system and things like that. So, what type of support can an associate expect from your company? I understand you have the 2-week fast track. which gets them up and running, they're going to be concerned about hand holding. They ask me that all the time. Will somebody be there with me on my first listing presentation?
Sure.
Because we know how scary that was. It's
really
scary.
It's
really scary. It's a ways back. I remember mine so well that I use it in my classes when I tell my stories. I remember how scary that was. But tell us what kind of support they can be looking for.
Well, I think first thing that we do is we look at the individual person, the individual salesperson, and what do they want to achieve? What are their goals in life, and how can they achieve those? We sit down and we show them. First of all, we find out what their goals truly are.
Right.
Then we show them how real estate could help them attain those goals by using real estate as the vehicle to achieve those goals. And then we train them in the morning, as far as support is concerned.
Right.
We train them in the morning. We take them in the field in the afternoon, and then their homework that they do at night, we'll even help them with that if necessary. We will hold their hand through the entire process. And we actually work with each agent side by side into the field, more than just the classroom.
Right.
I mean, in the classroom, it's nice. The speaker's a good speaker. He's entertaining. He's funny. He's dynamic. All of that good stuff. The material is great, and it's great content. But when you let them out of the classroom and tell them to go into the field, it's a whole different ball game out there.
Yeah. I would imagine so. Sure.
And a lot of the people, even though they've been trained, they go up to talk to somebody and they're just scared to death, so they don't do it. So what we do is we hold their hand through the entire process.
Nice.
So first we do the classroom, then we take them into the field, and we'll work with buyers, we'll work with sellers, we'll do listing presentations for them, we'll show them how to generate. We'll just do everything from the beginning to the end until they get that confidence and that fear goes away.
Right.
And another thing is we never let them go by themselves. When you send one person out there all by himself to do the business, sometimes it just doesn't have a way of getting done. But when you send two people together, one of them experienced and one of them new, the new guy can sit back and relax and watch the old pro do the business.
Sure.
And it's a great way to learn.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to start generating productivity. So we will hold their hand process from the beginning all the way to the end until they start generating the kind of productivity that they want to generate.
Yeah.
And we'll help them achieve not only their business goals, but their personal goals as well.